Hey guys, House of Dragons is here, and I personally like the episode because it is every feminist's greatest dream to have a show that portrays so much of misogyny and so much of human values and the way patriarchy ran in the entire timeline. This is something that I didn't expect right from the first episode. The writers have made it clear that a lot of patriarchal shades will be given to it and a lot of misogyny will be put forward, make the viewers understand. And the creators, the producers, and they have spoken at length about it, which is really nice to hear, by the way. And there's a huge difference between Game of Thrones and House of Dragons. Game of Thrones did show a lot of patriarchy, it did show a lot of misogynistic things that happened. But the main difference, and where Game of Thrones wasn't that, convincing according to me, is when Daenerys Targaryen was shown as this woman, who would try to release everybody, and she's a savior and all that. And suddenly, as she is approaching the seat of power, she changes her mind and she completely becomes a tyrant. In history, when you take the historical context, you don't have a woman ruler like this. Either they are evil right from the start, or they are good all through. It's not like as they move towards the seats of power, they just turn into something else. That is something that happens with men, not women. Power corrupts, absolute power absolutely corrupts. We all know that. But applying that to Daenerys Targaryen, that did not seem logical enough, because we simply do not have another personality who's a woman in history who changed her mind to be a tyrant as she was approaching the seats of power and finally getting it. We do not have an example. If you know somebody like that, do let me know. I will learn from it. I'll correct myself saying that, okay, there is somebody that exists in a similar fashion. But they don't. And another thing that was shown in the first episode was casual misogyny, the casual patriarchy, because the king actually loves his wife. It was very evident because he was devastated with her death. It is shown, and he is taking care of her and stuff like that. But his primary motive behind that was to save his son, to groom an heir. So therefore that took primacy, and that was more important to him than his wife. This is casual misogyny, something that you express because of years and centuries of cultural conditioning and all that, and subconsciously you just make way for the man. You just choose that the man is more important than the woman. And he did portray that. And in that episode, they did show that casual misogyny and patriarchy, it was on overdrive. I just love the first episode.